The Winona School District sells 3 of its elementary school buildings for $440,000. District leaders say Rolling Stone, Madison, and Central Elementaries were sold because of declining enrollment.
But not everyone agrees with this decision, and News 8's Scott Behrens explains why.
We have a declining enrollment, and we no longer could justify keeping the buildings open on the basis of enrollment.
Enrollment for the Winona Area School District is down by nearly 5% from last year.
Our enrollment is down, I think, by more than 100.
The district estimates that this decline in students will result in a more than $450,000 loss in revenue.
It was a significant loss of students.
Because the 3 school buildings weren't being used to their full potential, the district thought it would be best to sell them.
The district is still in a tough financial situation. Keeping the buildings and having the potential to have the ongoing expense of maintaining them would have only made our financial predicament worse.
Schild says there are other benefits to having fewer school buildings.
Well, there are people who are specialists, and they help kids in various subject areas, reading or math or that kind of thing. Those people spent some time not working with students, but in cars driving from point A to point B.
Also new this year,
every elementary student in the district was in a building that had its own social worker and had greater access to a counseling service and remedial help.
But not everyone thinks selling the buildings were a good idea.
We should be working with other local governments like the City of Winona government to think about ways of reusing the buildings and the properties.
The City of Winona offered to buy Central Elementary School for $175,000, but their bid was rejected for a $250,000 offer.
They were far and away the best offers that we got.
Schild says selling the buildings for the highest price was the right choice.
It's the thing to do, in my estimation, for the long-term health of the school district financially and educationally.
In Winona, I'm Scott Behrens, News 8.
The school district said they have had nothing to gain by holding on to the buildings since they weren't being used.
And they also said if anything went wrong with the former schools, it would have been up to the taxpayers to pay for it, which was one more reason to sell.